Hello everyone, I'm Omri, as Eran just said. I'm doing my PhD at Eran's lab, and I'm going to talk to you today about curvature-driven locomotion. And okay, I hope that all the videos will work well. So, as you saw in the last presentations, nature, especially biological systems, shapes itself. You can see it in these petals and rose petals, as Yafei just showed us, and seed pods and this nice cabbage. All these systems grow by themselves to their final shape. It can be very complex. Some other systems, like this nice flatworm, use its ability to change its shape in order to propagate, to move in the depths of the ocean. And my research focuses on one specific aspect of this ability, to take of this property, to take the ability to change shape and move in space. So how can I do it? I use these nice orange gels that you can see here. Okay, these gels are called busy gels, and when they put in some chemical solution, some chemical reaction called busy reaction occurs inside them and causes them to bend and change the curvature. And you can see that along with changing their curvature, they also changing their color from orange to green and vice versa, again and again, and we can actually measure the reaction and the change in curvature as shown in this graph over there. So what can we do? We can put these nice strips of gel on top of their solution, on the interface between the solution and the air, as in this video. If you look carefully, you can see that this interface is curved. And this is what we call a meniscus, and it has some non-uniform curvature profile. And when the reaction occurs, the gel bends, and when it bends, it's attracted to the wall of the container, and when it unbends and becomes flat again, it repels from the wall and spins. And we can see that there are two main states here, the green state near the wall and the orange state in the center. And this is really nice and really cool, and what can I want to convince you is that you can explain this motion only by terms of curvature mismatch. So here in the video, you can see the same experiment, but this time from top view. Okay, so there is this container and two walls, and the gel moves between them when the reaction propagates. And in this illustration, you can see what I just said, that the meniscus is not flat, it has some curvature profile. And the idea here is that the gel moves, when the gel changes its curvature, it moves to the place when its curvature best fits the curvature of the surface. And we can also express this mathematically. I won't going to talk about the details of this expression, but the idea here is that you can express the energy of the system by curvature differences. One of them is related. Oh, the font is weird, but never mind. One of them is the energy associated with the deformation of the substrate, because when you have this gel, it pulls up some water and deforms the surface. And the other one has to do with the elastic energy of the gel itself, because when it pulls some water, the water wants to pull it back and bend it. And this also costs energy. And by using this expression, we can actually calculate the forces and the torques that act on this sheet, this strip, in this case, and we can use it to, wrong direction. Okay, sorry. Okay, and we can derive the forces, and we can numerically compute the trajectories and recover the motion that we saw in the experiments. We can also see that we can actually measure the velocity profiles and compare it to the theoretical or numerical solutions that we've got and see that there is a nice resemblance between the two. Okay, so what else can we do with this? So we see this motion back and forth, nice, but now we can make it even more interesting. In this case, we have not only this meniscus profile, this linear, this one-directional meniscus profile, but more complex interface. There are 5 capillaries here that around each one of them there is a cylindrical meniscus. And when on the video, you can see that the gel moves between them and actually explore the whole surface. It moves from one to another, and then again and again, you can actually track it and see the connection between its reaction and the height profile, or actually the curvature profile of the surface. What else can we do? We can put some of these nice gels together and see them dance. Not just they dance, they also synchronized in some sense. You just have to wait some seconds, but you can see that there is what the thing that happens here, that every gel, as we said earlier, deforms the interface during its bending, and the other gels feels this deformation, so they attract and repel each other and make all these beautiful, nice shapes. And see, like in the Olympic Games, you have synchronous swimming, synchronized gels. Okay, so, and my main message is this concept is general, and you can see it in our gels, but you can also see it in living systems like this nice beetle larva that curved its back in order to climb up to a solid ground. And you can see it also in this Wayne paper. The movie doesn't work, but it doesn't matter, it does the same thing. And you can use this concept to create motion on totally rigid substrates, no liquids, no nothing. How can you do it? So this is the system I work on these days. So I have this nice motor, and I have these spring steel sheets and 3 sets of wheels. And when I activate the motor, it bends and unbends, and you can actually measure the curvature over time. Yeah, you just do like this. Okay, so this is one ingredient. The other ingredient is the rail. We need a curved rail, again, non-uniform rail, and we can measure its curvature. We can see it there in the figure, that we can actually measure the curvature at each point and generate some profile. And when we put the two together, we can generate motion. Okay, and this nice train moves only by bending itself. The motor is not connected to the wheels like regular rails, the only thing you have here is bending back and forth. And if you put it other rails, you can even get different periods and different behavior. It is really nice. And you can, by changing the frequency of the curvature change, you can get the different behaviors. This is another nice property of this dynamic system. So by this, I'm going to finish my lecture, and thank you very much.
In the first video that you showed of the strip that went to the wall, so it seemed to me, I don't know if it's right or not, that it seemed like it generally prefers to go to the opposite wall. Is it a real thing, or is it just a...
You mean... Yeah, just a second.
Yeah, here.
This one?
Yes.
So no, it's
random?
It's random, it's totally random. If I can show you, if you look at it enough time, you see that sometimes it goes to one wall and other time to this.
No question? So let's yes, please.
you try other objects?
Did you try other geometric? Like you showed a square and a triangle, but others will.
You mean of the gels?
Yes.
So these days we are trying to make experiments with still rectangular and squares, but this time in this system I've showed you that and the curvature of the ribbon is uniaxial. It's only in one direction. These days we are trying to do experiments with objects that have two curvatures, like in two perpendicular directions, and then you can get assume that you can get different behaviors, etc.
Thank you. We will take a break now of 40 minutes. We meet here again at